feel so alive. Yeah, I'm happy head to toe. I'm in overdrive. Well, alright. Clear those clouds away. I can feel the sun. Yeah, let the music play. Now we've just begun. I'm ready, 'cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. There's magic in the air, and it feels so right. Yeah, yeah. So follow if you dare, and you'll see the light shine so bright. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. Oh, can you feel the spotlight shining on down? Yeah, it's alright. Live in the moment and find your place in this world. Every boy, every girl, yeah. Follow your dreams, let them lead, let them guide. All you do, let them see you through, and they'll see you through. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah.
Goodbye, my human friend.
Hi, I'm Kenneth Phair, and I want to take you on a journey into my world, inside my mind, to take an in-depth look into not only my story ideas, but also into specific storylines, plots, and characters. I want to dive deep into the very specifics of not only my stories, but also how I create the stories from my own personality. Many people do not realize it, but I craft characters from many different shades of myself, as well as my own personal life experiences, and form them into fictional scenarios that I build fictional worlds around. Despite the fiction, the stories do come from a personal space within myself. They come from a part of me that is vulnerable and real. Even the villains have a certain part of me that are embedded into their personality and voice. I think that is partly why I love creating stories so much. Therefore, this series is giving you a first-hand glimpse into me and to explain the important points of my story to you, and hopefully that'll give you a better understanding of not only me as an artist, but also a better understanding of my specific stories. The reason why I decided to call this series The Green Room was because in anyone's imagination, anything is possible. So let me show you what is possible, and welcome to a world of pure imagination. Welcome to The Green Room. Welcome to the world of Cypher. Sorry about that. Okay, that's better. As I was saying, welcome to the world of Cypher. Now, when I was creating Cypher, I wanted to create a sci-fi type of series that would tie into the other worlds that I was writing about, which range from fantasy, zombie apocalypse settings, and other genres. Now, I didn't want to just make your typical sci-fi scenarios, so I decided to go cyberpunk. I've always honestly been attracted to the cyberpunk world, but my major inspiration came from Cyberpunk 2077. After that, I knew this was the type of sci-fi world I wanted to create, and it was the perfect timing because the world was really embracing cyberpunk on a huge level. I was really excited to create the world and had plenty of reference material to do so, but now I had to come up with a story that accompanied the concept and mixed together perfectly to create the final product. This world is a mixture of sci-fi and a touch of cyberpunk, as well as special effects that add to the world itself. Part of the scenes are going to be what I call comic style scenes mixed in with real high quality special effects that would easily accompany any real live action movie. Let's take a deeper dive into the comic style. To create the style, I use still animated photos that are not fully animated, but rather transition into other poses that are accompanied by actual speech bubbles that you would see in comics, like the ones you're seeing right now. I wanted to do a mixture of stop photo animation mixed with real life animation in the form of special effects that also had speech bubbles and voiceover work to make a crazy combination of different elements that would all contribute to a unique storyline in the world of Cypher. Come with me on this journey and I will show you an example of what a typical street in Cypher will look like. Now let us take a look at a typical world of Cypher. Taking a look around the streets of Cypher, you'll see many things that you expect to see in a futuristic world, and the types of signs as well as different backgrounds that incorporate that futuristic yet still relevant feel to our world today. When I was looking at scenes to make, I really wanted to give that emphasis that you are in the future, but I also wanted there to be a rebellious attitude to the scenes as well. The decor with spray painted backgrounds mixed with bright colors that would have a mood set with ambient music was something that I wanted to tie in together. If you're familiar with my comics, one thing you will notice here even more prominently is the Asian influence of backgrounds, pictures, and from pop art and pop culture artists such as Andy Warhol, Takashi Murakami, and Roy Lichtenstein, just to name a few. I wanted to present a story that the audience could look at and say, hey, that looks like a futuristic world, but then at the same time, they can see relevant pop culture that we see in our modern world today. Essentially, I wanted to blend the two worlds and concepts together. For me, that was important because I always felt like stories went off into a far outer space world and didn't have that relevant connection. And I also wanted to watch something though that I felt I could relate to. So I wanted part of the world I was familiar with in there as well. A big inspiration to me was Back to the Future Part 2. I remember as a kid going to see this great movie and seeing all these futuristic things, but still seeing things that I could connect with, such as brands like Nike, Pepsi, AT&T, Texaco, and even Black & Decker. I was like, things look a little different, but these were things I could connect with and relate to because they were brands in my world. Therefore, I wanted to do something similar and not just go off the beaten path and make up brands. So adding relatable scenes that could connect with the audience was crucial in the backgrounds and the scenes that were going to be used in Cypher to create the cyberpunk world itself, which shows us that yes, this is a futuristic world. In the next episode on The Green Room, we're going to go into plot and character overview of Cypher. I'm going to discuss the plot and how I came up with it and how it relates to my life personally. I'm also going to dive into the general overview of some of the types of characters you will be seeing in Cypher, as well as covering some of the special effects used, which were contributed by Big Films and Action VFX. Be sure to check out every weekly release of The Green Room every Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Also, if you want to view more of my projects and work, feel free to visit me on Instagram at Infinity Soul Studio and feel free to follow me as well as to show your love and support. This is a Kenneth Phair production, filmed in Provo, Utah at Creative Stream Studios. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week on The Green Room.